Good evening. I am Manjunath. Yesterday I done the 8.2, 1.2 exercise up to 4th May. Now I am doing the 5th May. So 5th question is, check whether 6 raised to n can end with the digit 0 for any natural number n. So I done the problem same like that. The 4 raised to n is 0. So same to same. That also they given digit 0 only. So 6 raised to n. 6 raised to n. So 6 raised to n, where n is a natural number. N is a natural number. N is a natural number. To end with 0 means means it should be divisible by 10. That is 2 into 5 factor. But here 6 raised to n is right. So 6 we can do like 2 into 3 raised to n. So 2 is present but 5 is not present. So it does not end with the 0. It doesn't end with 0. This much only, this one. Same to that one. 4 raised to n is I can take an example now. That same to same. Then next one, explain why 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13. Sixth one, 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13. And one more sub question is there. 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 1 plus 5 are composite numbers. So you have to prove they are composite numbers. So here which is the common you take? 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13. So you take 13 common. If you take 13 common, what is remaining? 7 into 11. 7 into 11. So here 7 into 11, 13 you take this one plus 13 is so 13 into 1. So you have to put 1. So it should become 13 into 11 7 is 77 plus 1 is equal to 13 into 78. So we can split this one in the prime factors. So 78 you take. You can take 2 because you are number 2 3s are 6, 1 8 means 2 9s are. Then you are odd numbers, so you have to take 3, 3 1s are 3, 3 3s are 3, and this one 13 is prime number, you take 13. So it will become 13 into 78 is written as 2 into 3 into 13. So for composite numbers, the factors should be more than 2 factors other than the number and the factor 1. So it is having 4 numbers here, 4 factors 13, 2, 3, 30. So it is a composite number. So it is a composite number. Composite number. Then you check for the 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 plus 5. So same like that only. So what is it? 7 into 6, 7 into 6 into 7 into 6, 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 plus 5. So which is common? 5 is common. So we take 5 only. 7 into 6 into 4 into 3 into 2. We can negate 1. So anything into 1 is 1 same number only. 7 into 6 into 4 into 3 into 2 plus 1. So if you multiply this one, 4 3s are 12 and 7 6s are 42. So 42 into 12, 12 2s are 24, 12 4s are 48, 50, 504 and you have into 2. So double. It will become 1008. So 1008. So this contains this is one factor, this is one factor. 7 into 6 into 4 into 3 into 2 plus 1. So it is 7. 4 into 3 is 12. 6 into 7 is 42. 42 into 12 is 12 2s are 24. 2 carry 12 4s are 48. 504. 504. It is 100. find it. So 1008 plus 1 is there, no? Plus 1 to become 5 into 1009. So 1009, these two factors are other than the factors 19 and also number itself, because 5 is there, no? So 5 into 1009. So you can split this one the prime factor. So it is also a composite number. 5 into 1009 is a composite number. Next, 7th problem. I will read that problem. There is a circular path around a sports field. Sonia takes 18 minutes to drive one round of the field, and while Ravi takes 12 minutes for the same. So Sonia takes to drive one round. Is equal to 18 minutes. Then while Ravi takes, as it is, we have to write, is equal to 12 minutes. Ravi, so you don't write like this, I written in short form, so you can write this. Ravi takes to drive one round. So 18 minutes and 12 minutes. Then what they are, suppose they both start at the same point and at the same time and go in the same direction. If they given that same point and at the same time, if they live in the same direction, then you have to find out that numbers of the LCM. So after how many minutes will they meet again at the starting point? So starting point at what time they have to meet. So for that you have to take LCM for this. So first you factorize this one. 2 9s are 3 3 3 1. And you take for 12, 2, 6, 2, 3, 3. So 2 to the 4, 6 are 12, 2 to the 6, 6 are 18. So you have to take 2 into 2, 2 into 3 into 3. Second one, 2 into 2 into 3. So what I told you, you have to take for this one LCM. So LCM, see here, 2 raised to 2 is a 2 raised to 1. So you have to take 2 raised to 2. 2 raised to 2 into, then 3 is forming, 3 double is there, so you have to take 3 square, because in LCM you have to take highest power, it is 2 square, so I say this is 2 square, this is 2, so I have taken 2 square, this is 3 into 3 and this is on 3, so this is 3 square, this is 3, so I have taken 3 square, so 2 square, 4 into 9, 36. So they will meet. So they meet at starting point. At 36 minutes. So they will meet at the 36 minutes. So you have to take LCM for this. If they given same direction and same direction and they start at the same time. So for that you have to take LCM. So for prime factors, this one 18 and 12, this is 2 into 3 into 3 and 2 into 2. For LCM you have to take powers greater number. So 2 is there, 2 square is there, 2 square I have taken. Here 3 square is there, 3 is there, 3 square I have taken. 4 into 9, 36 minutes. So 36 minutes they will limit at the time at the starting point. This one, after this one, this one next topic is revisiting irrational numbers. So what is theorem number 8.3? What is states means? Let P be a prime number. Let P be a prime number. If P divides if P divides a square, P divides a square, then P divides a, then P divides a, then P divides a, where a is a positive integer, where a is positive integer. So where a is a positive integer. So from this a is positive integer means if you take a is equal to, then we can write the prime number, so prime factor. So it will be p1 p2 into p2 on pn. So p1 into p2 up to pn. So if p1 p2 is the primes, they are the primes because they even let p be a prime number. So these are p values, so it is prime numbers. Then if you square on the both sides, this is coming a square is equal to p1 square, p2 square, pn square. So because y means double time, so you have to square it. P1 is p1 square, p2 is p2 square, and pn is pn square. So pn is to pn square. Then since a is equal to p1 p2 pn, so it shows that this p will divide p divides a. How means this is, since a is equal to p1 into p2 into pn, I have done here. So a is equal to p1 into p2 into up to various range. So this p1 p2 is nothing but one of the parameters of p. So p is divides a. So p divides a. So p divides a. Then p divides a. So like this you have to prove that root prime numbers, the prime numbers which are inside the root should prove that irrational. So to take an example, root 2 is an irrational. Root 2 is irrational. So first root 2 is irrational. So you have to write like this. You should assume that you have to assume that first root 2 is rational. So root 2 is equal to, in this a and b are integers. A and b are integers which are co-prime. Co-prime is both should be prime numbers. So which are a and b. So root 2 you write is a by b. So for that, which one you have to prove? No, that one you have to write root 2 is equal to a by b, because a by b is an integers which are co-prime. So root 2 is equal to a by b. Then root 2 b this comes a. So for this one, if you square on both sides, squaring, you will get b square root 2 whole square is equal to a square. So when the root and square is there, cancelled. So root and square will be cancelled. So b square is remaining and 2 is remaining. A square is remaining. From this, what you will conclude that 2 divides a square. 2 divides a square, because b square is equal to a square by 2. 2 will come down now. So 2 divides a square. So b square is equal to a square by 2. 2 divides a. So 2 is a factor of uh, 2 is a factor of this root 2. So you can co-prime 2 this one b square is equal to a square by 2. So it becomes a square is equal to 2b square. This means it divides no, because a square by 2 means 2 will definitely will divide the a square. So it 2 divides a. 2 divides a square or 2 divides a. 2 divides a. 2 divides a. Then so you can take example like a is equal to 2c. So you can take a is equal to 2c. Substitute a is what there 2b square is there. So both squaring a square is equal to 2c whole square. So this one a square in place of m square, what is that? 2b square. We can write 2b square is equal to 2 square is 4c square. So cancel these 2 ones are 2 2s are. So b square will become 2c square. So in this also 2 divides b square. 2 divides b square. 2 divides b square. From this what we conclude means 2 is become the fact 2 divides b square means 2 is a prime factor of b also and prime factor of a also. So a and b prime factor is there means that so prime factor. So for the rational irrational means that is no common factors, but we are taken rational. So root 2 is become rational because because 2 is a factor of a and b. So 2 is a factor of a and b means for this 2 co-primes this is factor. So that root 2 will become irrational. Irrational. I'll tell once again. Prove that root 2 is irrational, and so you have to assume that the root 2 is rational. Suppose you put as root 2 is irrational. So the a and b is the integers which are co-prime means they have to both prime numbers. So you write in the form of a by b. Root 2 is equal to a by b. So this one b comes here. B root 2 is equal to a because cross multiplication. So this one square you have to do squaring on both sides. B square root 2 square is there, so root and square is cancelled, then is equal to a square, then a square is equal to 2b square, then b is equal to a square by 2. This one what it show means 2 divides a square. It show that 2 divides because a square by 2 means 2 will divide the a square. A is this positive integer. So like that, if you substitute a is equal to 2c because because it divides 2 divides a, no, 2 divides a, so you have to take a is equal to 2c. Then again you have to squaring on both sides. C is for some integer, so a square is equal to 2c whole square. So a square in place of a square you have to put 2b square is equal to 2c because 2c is there, no, 2c is a 4c square. So 2 and 2 2 are cancelled. Here b square is equal to 2c square. Then you write 2 divides b square because b square this one 2 will come down. So 2 divides b square. 2 is dividing the number b square. So 2 divides b square. From both what we conclude means if it has more factors means it is 2 is also factor, no. So it will become root 2 what we assumed it is rational we assume, but for the 2 is also a common factor. 2 is also a common factor means it will become irrational. So root 2 is irrational. Again one example I tell, then you can understand properly. You can take one more example. This is over, this square is equal to 2c square. Then you take one more example. It is root 2 no. So you take 5 minus root 3. 5 minus root 3. So you have to prove 5 minus root 3 is irrational. Irrational. So for this, same to same. 5 minus root 3. 5 minus root 3. You assume that it is a rational. So if first you have to assume that one. It is rational. Assume 5 minus root 3 is rational. So put 5 minus root 3 in terms of a and b. So a by b. Same. How you taken a by b? No. That time a and b are the positive. Where a and b is the positive integer. So 5 minus root 3 a by b. So root 3 keep here only. You take this one. Root 3 send this side. So 5 minus 5 is there only. Root 3 the sum is 5 minus ab. 5 minus a by b. If you take the LCM, because it is 1, so 1b means LCM will become b. So 1 is there, to become b, you have to multiply b. b is there, so you have to make b, you have to multiply by 1. So 5b minus a by b is equal to root 3. If from this what we understand means b is there, a is there, a and b are integers. So 5b minus a by b will become rational. This will become rational. So this one rational means this one is equals to is there. So root 3 will become irrational. But according to ours, root 3 is irrational. As you know that because it is because it is not coming in the term, it is non-terminating, non-recurring equation. So root 3 is irrational. Then because p by q will not where p by q is where p by q is not equal to 0, and it is not in the form of p by q, because it is not in the form of p by q, and it is in the primes numbers and in the inside the square root. So rational, root 3 is rational. So it is root 3 is rational means it is root 3 is irrational. So because root 3 is rational, from this we conclude that root 3 will become rational. But according to the problem, root 3 is always irrational. So it is root 3 will become irrational. So because of this assumption we made rational, this is wrong. So 5 minus root 3 will become irrational. Irrational. So 5 minus root 3 will become irrational. Again, I'll explain once time. So take the example 5 minus root 3. It is it is whole number and it is the irrational number. So you have to find the 5 minus root 3 is irrational. So anything that one product or the addition of rational and irrational, it will become the number will become the irrational only. So from this what you understand, 5 minus root 3 is there. So I will assume 5 minus root 3 is a rational. So rational means p by q, it is in the form of p by q. So 5 minus root 3, I have taken p by q, a by b. So I have taken a and b because a and b are the integers I have taken. So like this only, here what we have taken, a and b are integers which are co-primes. So I have taken a by is the co-primes. So 5 minus root 3 is equal to a by b. In this root 3 you send this side, this will minus root 3 is there, plus root 3 will become. And a by b you send this side, 5 is there, 5 minus a by b. 1 is, nothing is there means 1. So here see, LCM will become b. So 1 is there, to multiply by b, so you have to multiply by b only. So here b is there, already b is there, so you multiply by 1. So 5 into b is 5b minus a divided by LCM is b, so b is equal to root 3. From if you put the values here, 5 a is equal to 2 or b is equal to 3, it will become 5. These are 15 minus 2, 13. 13 by 2. It will become rational number. From this will become rational number. So rational. This will become rational number. It is equal to root 3. So this is what indicating means. So root 3 is becoming irrational. So according to we have taken rational 5 minus root 3 is rational. So it is wrong assumption, because so that 5 minus root 3 will become the irrational. Then you take the exercise problems. First one, you have to prove root 5 is irrational. Root 5 is irrational. Root 5 is irrational. So for this, first you have to assume that root 5 is rational. have to assumption you have to take. So rational means it is in the form of p by q. So you can take root 5 is equal to a by b. So root 5 b is equal to a. Squaring on both sides. Squaring on both sides. So it will become a square is equal to this one a square. This root 5 will become root 5 b square. So it shows that a square, no? A square is equal to 5 square. It shows that 5 divides a square and a. 5 divides a square and a. So you have to take this one a is equal to 5. So in place of that, you have to take a is equal to 5 is there, no? 5 common factor, prime factor is there, no? So you take 5 c. So a is equal to 5c. Then you have you have to let a is equal to 5c. In terms of c will be in some integer. So squaring on both sides, a square is equal to 5c whole square. It will become 5c means 5 square is 25 and c is c square and is a square. So what it shows here is in place of a square you can put the a square value. What is that? 5a square, 5b square. So 5 and 5 will cancelled. So it remains b square is equal to 5c square. So it's showing that it 5 divides b also. 5 divides b square and b. It's showing that 5 divides b and b square and b. So from this what you understand, 5 divides the a also and b also. So 5 divides means 5 becomes the prime factor. But what you have to do irrational, but this will become root. What is that? This will become irrational. So what you assume that assumption is wrong. So assumption is wrong because root 5 is irrational only. So it becomes root 5 is irrational. Irrational. Now that second problem, root 5 is there, no? Next, after that root 5, three plus 2 root 5. 3 plus 2 root 5. So in this problem, again you have to assume that this root 5 is rational, and that like 3 plus 2 root 5 is 3 plus 2 5 is rational. Assume. So assume 3 plus 2 root 5 is rational. So then it should be written in the form of a by b, because rational means p by q only. In terms of p by q, I have written a by b, which are the co-primes. Then you 3 plus 2 root 5 is there, no? So 3 I have to send this side. 2 root 5 is equal to a minus b minus 3. A minus b minus 3. So you simplify this one. B and a is there, 1 is there, so LCM will become 1. So to make b as 1, you have to put into 1 is there, you have to multiply by b. So it will become a minus 3 into b, 3b by b 2 root 5. Then root 5 is equal to a minus 3b a minus 3b, this 2 is there, it will go down. So a minus 3b divided by 2b. So if you put any values for this integers b and b, if you take prime factors only 5 and 3 you take. So if you put like this, the value will become rational number. So it is showing that root 5 is rational number. Root 5 is rational, but it is here 2 is a common factor, no? See, in this problem 2 is a common factor. So that 3 plus 2 root 5 will become irrational. So then you take the number 1 by root 2. So 1 by root 2. for 1 by root 2. So it is, you have to prove that 1 by root 2 is also irrational. So first you have to what to do? You have to first assume that 1 by root 2 is rational. So 1 by root 2 is rational means it is in the form of p by q. So I am writing the p by q in the form, and q is not equal to 0, and where a and b are the co-primes. Then 1 by root 2 is equal to a by b. Then you cross multiply, b is equal to a root 2, b by is equal to root 2. This b by is rational, so it is equal sign is there. So equal sign means this root 2 is also becoming rational out of this solution. So root 2 is in consideration, it is irrational. So the what we assume that 1 by root 2 is irrational. So 1 by 2 is irrational. For the second problem, it is divisions. It is for the product of the two numbers, product of the rational and irrational number. So same point. Assume 7 root 5 is irrational. Rational means where a and b are the co-primes. Then put in the form of p by q. If 7 root 5 is equal to a by b. Keep the irrational number as on the one side, root 5 is equal to a by 7b. Then a by 7b. So a by 7b is indicating that the a and b are the integers. No, though it becomes the rational number. So root 5 is becoming irrational, but in consideration it is not irrational, it is irrational. So what we have assumed the total value 7 root 5, that is the wrong assumption, that is 7 root 5 is irrational. Then you take for 6 plus root 2, same point. We assume that 6 plus root 2 is a rational. Rational means a and b are co-primes and they are integers. So you have to write in the form of a by b. Then 6 plus root 2 is there. This is rational and this is irrational number. Then you keep the rational as it is, and root 2 is equal to a by b. This comes with 6, a by b minus 6. Then b is there, 1 is there. Then in that b you have to take b as the LCM. So b become LCM, and 1 is there, b becomes this one. A into 1 is a minus 6 into b, 6b divided by b. This a minus 6 by b is rational. So it is showing that root 2 is rational, but in consideration root is irrational. So the total value what we assume that 6 plus root 2 is rational, that is wrong. So it is 6 plus 2 is irrational, and it is based on that theorem. In the prime numbers, it is the prime number of the factors of the prime numbers, that is p1, p2, pn, that p divides a or a square. If it is single like this root 5 root 3 is zero means, then you have to take square on both sides and you have to find out the common factor from that. If it is in the form of product or addition, then you have to take that irrational number as the irrational number you have to take on the one side, and rational number is on the other side. Then you have to prove that that number is irrational. So please subscribe my channel. My channel name is Manjuna Shungi. So I think you understood this topic. So this completes the 1.3 exercise of that revisiting irrational numbers. So thank you.